Hi, and welcome to Arguing Ever After. I'm Luke, along with my bride, Amber.
Hello.
Together, we're the Lord and Lady who lock horns,
The Count and Countess of Contention,
the Duke and Duchess of Disagreement,
and the King and Queen of Quarrels. In our podcast, we bicker about all things big and small, and the audience vote determines who is right.
Many of our topics are frequently submitted by our listeners, which we totally like. So if you have any ideas you want to have us argue about, please send it to us at arguingeverafter@gmail.com.
Please do. Okay, well, last night, our kid came up to us and said, I want to play a board game. I don't know, what was that, about 10 o'clock or something? And I said to her, well, what board game do you want to play? And she's like, I don't know, let's go look. And we have a lot of games. We like to entertain people, so we have a lot of board games for that. And we're looking, and she's like, I've never played Monopoly.
And we were like, whoa.
How is that possible? Our kid's like 14 years old.
Failed as parents.
14 years old and never played Monopoly before. And so, of course, we had to rectify that last night.
Yeah, because how do you get to 14 and have never played Monopoly? We were trying to figure out how this happened. And I've got a few theories. I don't know. I think part of it is when we were kids, there wasn't the internet. Mm-hmm. There wasn't, I don't know, it was literally it was board games and that's what you had to do. Some people
TV.
had video games and certainly there was TV and books and stuff, but you couldn't just veg out on your phone or, stuff that's now common with younger people. And man, I can't believe 14. I think I played it probably before I understood how to play it. I was probably at 4 years old, and somebody just pretended I was playing, and they moved my pieces and told me what to do. And but at some point, I learned. But gosh, it's weird to think that somebody could get that far in their life without playing. I know. The quintessential American board game.
I mean, it's been around for a while.
I also realized how American it was last night based on the property values. I thought it was kind of funny.
Well, we had looked and we were looking at our board game and it was saying 1936, but
35.
Right. And then I was thinking, when did it actually, what was that really when it was invented? And it turns out it was not.
Oh.
Do you want to know when it was invented?
Mm-hmm.
It was 1906, I believe.
1906?
1906 by a woman.
It's 120 years old?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah. By a woman named Elizabeth Maggie.
Okay.
And it was originally called The Landlord's Game.
Huh.
And she had made it to kind of discuss the evils of monopolies, actually. And so it was made as a game to teach that all these things were bad. It does become obvious
later in the game how important those things are.
Yeah. Well, and so she had made it, and people played it for several years. Apparently it was a big game with the Quakers. I didn't know that.
The Quakers?
I guess.
Because they didn't have the internet either.
No, not in 1906. They didn't. But this one guy actually played it, and he had played it for years. His name was Charles Darrow, and he patented the game in 1935, saying that he had invented it, of course.
Checks out.
As Monopoly, and then sold it to Parker Brothers.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's the game as we kind of know it today.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's a fun little bit of history there.
Fun bit of history, I know.
120 years old.
Yeah. Well, and I also...
Thanks to Miss Maggie.
Yes, Miss Maggie, who had made it. And it's sort of interesting that it still kind of is so interesting and played rapidly today. 275 million copies sold.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And they have a special edition for everything.
There's over 1,000 official limited editions.
What?
Yeah.
1,000?
Yeah, but I mean, I know I've seen ones that aren't Monopoly version, that look like that, like Dogopoly or something.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So there are people who still clearly want to...
275 million.
That's a lot, I know. So, I mean, I think about
we probably have 2 or 3.
I thought
or 4.
that too, but you know what? I could only find one.
Really?
Yeah, I must have gotten
Well,
rid
at one
of
point we
other-
definitely had, you know what? A dog could have eaten one.
I remember that at one point we owned a Disney version and we owned a Scooby-Doo version, and I couldn't find either of those yesterday when we were looking because I was like, I don't want to play the original.
Maybe we generously gifted it away.
We probably did, but then also I thought, afterwards, I was like, no, it's good that if our kid's going to play Monopoly for the first time
the
at
original.
14 years old, that she would play the original
Yeah.
version as we know it. So,
Wow.
but I mean,
That's still crazy.
Yeah.
14.
14. Well, I mean, I think the interesting thing for us is like, I remember you'd start playing the game and you knew you were in for a good 3 hours,
Yep.
and I think that's,
I forgot. We started at like 10:30 or 11 or something.
Yeah.
And of course got to bed at 1 something.
Yeah. But, that was fine when you were playing that game. And nowadays, like if you ask me to do something for 3 hours,
You're like, why?
no, thank you. No, thank you. So games kind of typically are much quicker now. I think
sure.
a lot of them, newer ones. I mean,
Is that the case with like all games? I can't even think about like what other games. I remember playing the game Sorry a lot as a kid.
yeah, that was quick. That was quick.
But then my dad, we had a lot of like word board games like Balderdash and Boggle, and
Sure.
I think those are quicker.
I think most games last about an hour. I think
Okay.
the 3 hour thing, but of course then you have the others, like it doesn't risk last days or something like that.
I've played it only a handful of times. So
That's the one of like World Takeover,
yeah.
right?
It's like you go to war and try to take over the world.
Well, it was interesting because Luke and I probably have only played Monopoly together once or twice.
Because you're a cheater.
I will tell you.
Okay, fine, you're not a cheater, but you're a wicked and devious player.
What's interesting is that, like, the only way that you think that I could possibly win against you is
That
by
is not at all what I meant.
cheating.
Nope.
All the time. No matter what the game is, looks like, well, you're a cheater. Nope. I don't need to cheat to win. I just play
It's
well.
probably because you admitted to cheating as a child against your sisters.
Of course I did as a child. I don't know of anyone.
Sisters, if you're listening, she didn't win fair and square.
Oh, they know that. They know that. I mean, like, it was a fight to be the banker because we all were little cheaters, you
Just
know?
slide a little 500 in your stack.
Yeah. You know, oh, I passed go. Must be now $400 or whatever. Yeah, I think that's a thing that happens. So,
Devious.
but I gladly gave up the opportunity to be banker, didn't I?
You did.
I had no problems.
You had
'Cause
to resist the temptation.
no, it wasn't resisting temptation. I didn't want to be called a cheater when I wasn't cheating at the game.
That's fair. I called you a cheater anyway because it was funny.
I know you did. But it was, since we've only played it a couple times, we had to look at, there's the general rules of the game that everyone knows. And then you have house rules.
Which we both had a couple of house rules.
Yeah. Oh, and I sort of thought that was interesting, some of your house rules.
I wonder if people, hopefully y'all out there will comment on any of our socials and or the podcast comments on Spotify or on YouTube. Okay, what was one of the ones I did? Snake Eyes. You roll 2 1s and you get $500.
Yeah, I had never heard of that before.
We always did that when I was a kid. I obviously didn't make the rule up, but it was roll Snake Eyes, get $500.
Yeah, no. But I think.
And you had the house rule, which basically determines the winner of the game.
No,
yeah,
not necessarily.
for sure.
Not necessarily.
How do you afford all the houses? Go
Right,
ahead, tell the
right.
people your ludicrous rule.
When you bought property or houses, it went into free parking.
It's supposed to go to the bank.
Why? Why? The
because
bank
that's-
doesn't need it.
Well, first, I agree. Second, it's literally the rules. The bank is the one who owns the properties. It's also where you mortgage back your properties.
Could you imagine playing that game by those strict rules and how much longer it would last?
It may take longer.
What is that, like a 6-hour game? Just
I don't
sitting
know.
there trying to figure out how do I go bankrupt on $12 rent?
We also determined that the trading of cards is crucially important. Unless you're lucky enough to land and actually like naturally get a Monopoly. I think the odds are stacked against anyone getting a monopoly.
Yeah.
So you like have to negotiate or like try to buy a property off of somebody else with money. And
it's easier to get a monopoly with the fewer people. Like if you play 2 people, it's a lot easier to get.
I can't imagine doing a versus game.
I've definitely
That
played.
would take even longer.
No, I've played many versus games, and it takes about the same because actually you're able to get those monopolies, and because you're the only one landing on.
Oh, I suppose there's more properties and less people to get them. And,
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the more you have, it would take. I think I would probably be done if I had like 4 or 5 players on that. Oh, that sounds pretty awful, but I mean that would take days. And I love playing Monopoly. I think it's a fun game. You know.
I think that it definitely is fun. There's parts of it that the put the money in the pot is because like you buy all the properties and there's whatever. Everyone starts with how much is it, like a $2,000 total or something?
Yes, it is.
So then you put all the money in the middle and somebody lands on free parking and they get like $10,000 from all the, well, I guess the math doesn't work that way, but they get a bunch of money and then they can build up their houses and monopolies and, become a power player because they luckily landed on the free parking space versus strategy and skill, which of course is a problem for me, the rule player who wants to do everything strategically.
I mean, yes, but I don't know that. See, I guess I'm just a little bit more carefree on things and like that than you.
That's true.
I just don't.
Not much one for the rules.
I mean, I just like the rules are there, fine, but they're like, hey, house rules are allowed, so technically it is allowed. It literally says that in the game. You may have house rules if you'd like.
We had some other one. There was another one.
You had if you're both on this, like if you're.
Oh yeah, that was one. Yeah, if you're on the same space as the land owner or the landlord, and you land on that space, you don't have to pay them rent.
Yeah, I don't know this rule. I don't
don't know who made it up. It could have been, based on the age of the game, it could have been one of my parents or grandparents.
Sure.
No idea.
Sure, could have. I mean, also, again, when rent is $14, who cares?
Well, it matters a lot when it's a hotel on Pennsylvania Avenue and it's $1,275 and you only got $500 left because you're getting walloped.
That's very true.
That matters a lot.
Well, and when I was a kid, I always wanted to get all the greens and the reds and yellows. Those were the ones I cared about. I didn't care about blue at all.
I was all about the railroads.
See, and I get that because early on the railroads actually can make, if you have all 4, that you don't need houses. You'll just make money when someone hits it. And there's the cards and chance and community chest, that's what it is. That'll say like, go to the nearest railroad, I didn't really care for the utilities that much, except for yesterday when we played, I was like, having them both is worthwhile in the beginning.
10 times deal?
In the beginning it is, but when you get like to the ridiculous, when there's hotels on Boardwalk and Park Place, your little utilities aren't going to do much, but they seemed really useful in the beginning. I was happy to have them.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's not really much strategy except for just buy if you land.
For sure.
Until you run out of money.
Although, I feel like I might have bought too many things because then I ended up losing anyway.
I don't think maybe. I found the best deal is to just go to jail. After all the properties are bought,
you're
go
like,
to jail.
Please go to jail, please go to jail, please go to jail.
Yes.
I didn't know this rule, but there's a rule which we played with yesterday, which is if you roll doubles 3 times in a row, you're supposed to go to jail.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Which is also the way you get out of jail, is by rolling doubles.
Yeah.
Or you take 3 turns and then pay your way out. But I couldn't remember either of those. If we wouldn't have read those, I would have no idea. Like, how do you get out of jail? I don't know.
Right. You stuck there.
No idea.
Yeah. You have to, I don't know. But did you know that someone could sell you their get out of jail free card?
I did not know that.
I would not want someone's get out of jail free card.
Why would you pay for that?
I don't know, because otherwise you have to.
I guess in the beginning, it keeps you from buying property. So you went to jail. You were on a streak with 2 things yesterday. You went to jail like 4 or 5 times or some magic amount of things. And then you landed on Tennessee Avenue I swear to God, it was 12, 13, 14,
Yeah.
15 times.
You were so happy
And
to
I
take
owned
my
it.
rent.
It
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't know.
pay up.
I feel like even though it shouldn't be, it sure seems like there's certain odds of hitting more spaces than others when you think about it. Because, like,
You had a weighted dice for Tennessee.
I did. But, I mean, honestly, like, everybody's like, ooh, boardwalk. Yeah, it's the most expensive property. But I feel like hardly anyone ever lands on it.
It's true.
And I don't think that's how odds work. Like, in my brain, odds do not work the way the game plays out, right?
No.
Like, it shouldn't.
Well, and the properties and the hotels and houses and stuff are so expensive, and for them to pay off, you have to have somebody or multiple people land on the thing like a bunch of times, because you pay $120 for a property and then rent's only $14. It's like, well, I need somebody to land on that space 10 times before I even get my money back, let alone profit. But much like in real life, if you own that property, of course you're going to be in the hole for a while, but at some point then it's just free sailing, and every time somebody, and then I guess it makes sense. It seems like a tough win if you don't have people landing on your spot. Like, I had one that I think somebody landed on once, and I had it for like almost the whole game.
Oh, I think there were some that no one ever landed on of mine.
That's probably true.
But
You were cursed yesterday.
Yeah, I was
And yet you
fine with
came
it.
in second.
Yeah, I came in second. I was fine. I don't mind. I just don't mind losing. It's not a problem for me
I
in
do
these
not
games.
enjoy
No,
losing.
you don't. You don't. And I was actually very happy that our child, who'd never played
Yeah.
before, won.
I was happy for that too.
Yeah, I mean, like,
I just wanted you to lose first.
I feel like if you don't win your first game, if you started playing at 14, you're never going to want to play again.
Right.
Because that's a lot of commitment for just what? I mean,
sure.
I don't know. But afterwards, we were talking, and Monopoly is actually not just a board game, right? It was also a huge thing that happened with, like, they like to have, where it is when you're working with another company. What is that thing called? You don't know what I'm saying?
Monopoly?
I guess yes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Technically, like where there's overlap of companies. Like one company will be like, "Hey, let's do a mashup together," or whatever it is. Anyhow.
Competition? Takeover?
No.
Okay.
I'll explain it right here. So
Okay,
when
there we go.
McDonald's had the Monopoly game thing, collaboration.
I think I said that, but okay.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
You said takeover. You said
fine.
competition, but
Okay.
I'm saying collaboration.
Got it.
So when companies will work together to essentially advertise for each other,
Yes.
right? Works really well. Well, I had said, do you remember when McDonald's had that thing with all of the little tokens on their food to be on, like, the cups of drinks,
And
their
the
fries.
I can't remember if they put it on the burgers or not.
I don't know. You know what? I really probably
Maybe
could've-
somebody will remind us. Anyway.
Right. Well, I asked you if you remembered that, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it was a big deal. It was a huge deal." And I said, "Do you remember what happened with it?" And you said, "No, I don't know."
Oh, that's right. And you wouldn't tell me, or you would have,
Yeah.
but you were like, you should wait, because
You
I'll
should
tell
wait.
you.
I'll tell you on the podcast. And there is actually a whole, I think it was either HBO or Netflix, I don't now remember, but there was a whole series called McMillions.
I've heard of that.
There you go.
I
Okay.
didn't watch it.
Well, all right. It's all about the scandal of the Monopoly McDonald's
Okay.
giveaway thing.
Okay.
And I remember being back in the 80s. It started in 89, went to 2001. But I remember, like, you'd ride in somebody's car and they'd have those little pull-off
Yeah,
pieces, and they'd be
everywhere.
collecting them. And actually, if you think about it, it was kind of a good deal for, it was a brilliant deal for McDonald's, because you're like, cool, I want French fries. Well, what if I could get some more pieces? I have to go to McDonald's.
Yeah.
Or I want a Coca-Cola. I have to go to McDonald's because I already have 3 of them.
Well, but they did also the little free small fries or whatever.
I
That
don't
was
know.
all I ever won. Well, because you get the pieces, but sometimes you wouldn't get a piece, a Monopoly space, but you would get like a free small fry, whatever.
I'm not going to lie. I don't think I ever actually got any
Oh.
I didn't really like McDonald's that much. So
Okay.
whenever people would say, let's go to McDonald's, I'm like, you just want those stupid tokens. The food's trash, is kind of how I felt. But yeah, I would go and I'd be like, here you go. They're like, well, I have 75 Oriental
McDonald's, hold on.
Avenues.
McDonald's food was not trash. Back in the day, they did have the absolute best fries in fast food.
They had the best breakfast.
At some point, they got healthier and changed the oil, which is for the best, but then the flavor wasn't as good.
Right.
And I think that was in the 90s, mid-90s, maybe? I remember it was like a big deal. They switched to some kind of different oil. And
I don't know.
anyway,
But I think knowing how much and the people I knew who were collecting it at such a high level.
that's all they ate was McDonald's.
Gosh, McDonald's, yeah. And like just like people, you'd talk with people and people would know, oh, that's the hard one to get, or that like. It was
What's
that
the
ingrained.
scandal, though?
So I'm telling you, I'm going to explain
I was
it
getting
to you.
antsy.
And it's one of the reasons why I don't trust a lot of sweepstakes, honestly, because I don't know people who've I don't know anyone who's won a big thing from any type of sweepstakes.
Well, you might already be a winner.
I might already be a winner.
Publishers Clearinghouse.
Yeah, that's
Are they
a
still
whole
a
other
thing?
Okay, well, we can talk about them
Okay.
another time.
That's fine.
What a scam that is, telling us Ed McMahon had nothing to do with it. That's a lie. A lie.
McMillions, I'm just saying.
He was there. He was
McDonald's?
there. Okay, but he was not with McDonald's Monopoly.
I'm
Anyhow,
sorry.
so they had McDonald's and Monopoly kind of partnered together. That's another word I was looking for, was partner, to have this sweepstakes.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a marketing firm that was actually kind of running it all, called Simon Marketing.
Okay.
And there was this man named Jerry Jacobson, also known as
How are you
Uncle
remembering
Jerry.
all this stuff? Uncle Jerry, okay.
Uncle Jerry, yeah.
Yeah.
And he was the head of the security for this Simon firm for
Okay.
this marketing thing.
Okay.
And so his job was to essentially take the really high value tokens and disperse them out to the stores as he saw fit. That was his job, was to do that.
He picked which stores got the...
In theory,
okay.
yes, he did that.
Sure.
However,
Uh-oh.
Uncle Jerry was a little bit greedy.
Did he keep them?
That would be not a good solution, right? Because what are you going to do? You can't turn him in, because I'd be like, man, Jerry, how are
So he
you
gave
winning?
it to his friends.
He did get a lot of friends and family, and a lot of them happened to be in the same area.
Oh, boy.
And so, yeah, he would give them these valuable tokens and say, just give me a cut.
What even were the prizes?
There was, so do you want to know how many prizes
Yeah, I have no
went
idea.
through?
I don't. Like I said, all I ever won was like free small fries.
There were cars.
There was?
There were cars, yep. There was money. One of the people that he gave a token to was a $10,000 prize. He kept 2,000 of that.
Wow.
Yeah, and he randomly met like somebody I saw somewhere at an airport, but I don't know if it really was an airport. He randomly met a Colombo crime family member, and then he brought them in, to his scheme of these winning pieces.
So we had the mob involved?
We had
in
the
this deal?
mob.
Wow.
What does the mob and McDonald's have to do together? It is very wild. Anyhow, so then they were more involved because it was kind of getting a little tight. Jerry was like, man, I only know so many people. And so they were able to then now, it had been...
They were helping each other.
Yes, they were helping each other. And so overall, what was stolen was about $24 million worth of prizes. I didn't know they were giving out prizes.
What was the grand prize back in the day?
It was probably $1 million. I have no idea. I didn't actually look that up.
Wow.
But
I'm super surprised that actually happened.
yeah. Well, and how they got caught. Really, the fact that it went on that long, 89 to 2001. That's a long time.
Oh, so they were scamming the whole time.
The whole time.
Wow.
The whole time. Every time he just I had heard somewhere years ago that he had a very elaborate plan of hiding the tickets, the tokens in he'd go into the bathroom, switch them out, and then send it off to the right stores. Well, it wouldn't be sent to store. He would keep the golden tickets or what. I don't know. I never saw him. And then So people were winning them. It wasn't always the same person, but like there are people like, man, how does Jerry know so many people? So that's where when the mob came in and kind of really helped disperse some of it, because then it wasn't just in like the 2 locations. I want to say it was like Florida and North Carolina. So it might not be that, but it was like 2 southern states, and then suddenly they had winners out of New York.
Sure.
So I mean, but the FBI was at some point brought in to investigate this scandal. And they actually had a name for it, and it wasn't a great name. I was sort of like, meh. Operation Final Answer. Like,
what?
I kind of get to thinking every once in a while about how do you come up with these names? Like, that's not a good one. Like, it could have been so many things, like Operation Do Not Pass Go. That'd have been a great name, right? Like,
for sure. Operation Top Hat.
Yes, all sorts of Final Answer. It's just lame. It's lame.
Should have called it Top Hat.
Could have been Top Hat. Yeah. Operation Thimble. Could have been all sorts of things, but they Final Answer. But anyhow, there were 2 people who claimed to be the informants to the FBI, and one actually wasn't to the FBI. One of the people had actually gotten called by the IRS for unpaid taxes on their winnings, Lee Casano. And so when they were talking to the IRS, they accidentally spilled that, well, I mean, this isn't even like this. You need to go after this other guy because he's the one who gave me the token, and he's the one who should be paying taxes. So that's one of the people who could have.
There was a rat in the mob?
No, he wasn't in the mob. He was just some
guy.
Some friend or something that had gotten. Yeah.
Okay.
He didn't realize you don't talk to the IRS about that.
No.
But then the other person was who did definitely say that she called in to the FBI a tip. Was Ma Colombo.
What?
Yeah. Of the crime family.
Like Frank Colombo's wife or something?
Well, I don't know if that's Frank, but
well, okay. She was in it.
She was in it, and
she was
she's like,
"This is messed up."
And she wasn't.
Why are
like,
you messing with French fries?
You would think, no, she didn't even care about that. She was like, she had a dispute over like a grandson. She's like, I'll teach you all a lesson. I want to turn you in.
Wow.
So yeah, don't turn your back on the mob.
And don't mess with Mama.
Don't mess with her. She'll get rid of your $24 million
scheme.
Yeah. Did you know that they actually brought it back in 2025? I think it was last year or something.
They did?
Yeah.
No,
for a short period of time.
Don't find myself at McDonald's very often.
Well, I did actually. I was surprised that they brought it back.
Was there a new Uncle Jerry?
No, Uncle Jerry's done with the monopoly business.
Okay.
He tried to have his monopoly, and if you think about it, he kind of did.
A lot of times
he owned all the pieces.
When somebody like has like a criminal enterprise, because 24 million for sure qualifies for that. Mm-hmm. They end up with money anyway, even if they get caught and go to jail or prison or whatever they're sentencing or fine or.
Yeah.
They somehow always seem to have like a little bit extra socked away, and then all of a sudden you find out they moved to some different place, and they're still super loaded and.
Yeah, they do frequently. You're like, how are you able to live in a mansion?
Yep.
Like you were just caught being completely criminally.
Corruption, bribery, etc. And then they're like, boom, all of a sudden here's still super loaded. Yeah,
well, when you told me you had never heard that story, I was sort of surprised because I've probably heard it like 7 times. So I don't know why. It just falls within my interests. But going back to the game itself, I did do a little bit of research on a little bit more on the game and the original pieces.
This is from when it was called The Landlords or something?
No, this was so originally they kind of thought that the pieces were probably like Cracker Jack prizes, just anything like, so and you could do that now. And I think I've actually done that in a game or two when I've been playing and we didn't have it. You're like, cool, go find a button or something. Yeah. That's essentially what it was in Elizabeth Maggie's version of the Landlords game. Which is part of what then came into that concept of it just being a weird little trinket, right? Yeah. So in the original game, it was just the battleship boot, cannon, thimble, top hat, and iron.
Really?
Yeah. Because they're all just random objects, kind of, if you think about it, I think. So that's what they originally had, these little pieces, metal pieces, as we have them
When
today.
did the rest of them come out?
That's a great question.
Oh.
So then in...
So glad I asked.
I'm so glad you did too. In 1936, they added a few more.
Oh.
They added the car,
Okay.
a purse, a lantern, and a rocking horse.
There's still a horse,
There's
but it's like a cowboy. It's like a dude on a horse.
yeah. Well, is he
Say that again?
soldier?
A purse?
A purse, a lantern, and a rocking horse.
Lantern. So none of those are still around, right?
No, they're not.
Lantern, purse, a lantern, or a lantern would be cool. Okay.
I know. I kind of wish that I could get my hands on a couple of those pieces,
I
and I
bet you
probably
could
can
for
on
a
eBay.
fine price.
Maybe it's not as expensive for just the pieces. I don't want the whole board. I just want the pieces, and I'm going to have to do some looking into eBay and see if I can find it for inexpensive. It's
Maybe
possible.
you can.
But then during the war, they went away from metal pieces to wooden
Everybody, yep.
pieces.
Yep.
So that switched it up.
That's kind of a crazy thing that happened during the war. Basically, anybody that made metal was like told by the government, "Hey, y'all,
yeah.
you can volunteer or you can voluntold, but we need the metal."
Yeah, we're taking.
So like
your
car
metal.
manufacturers stopped making cars. There's gap years and stuff.
Wait, so they stopped making cars altogether? I didn't know that.
Yeah, for the most part, there was. Yeah, they converted their factories over to like production plants for ammunition and.
Oh, yeah, that's wild to think about.
Yeah.
Just like stopping of all regular manufacturing.
I don't know exactly like what years or what company. They might have like cycled it through to like try to make it fair. Like maybe they, Ford shut down for 6 months and then maybe Dodge and then maybe, like I don't know exactly how it worked, but I know that it happened because having been in the car business for my entire career, I've learned all kinds of wild stuff, and that's one of the things.
That's wild. Mm-hmm. That is wild. Well, then in the 1950s, they did bring back, that's when they brought out the other pieces. So like the dog, what else did I miss? The dog was one that they brought out, and that must have been the I think it's
the
a
cowboy.
soldier.
Is it
Is it a cowboy or
I feel like it's a
soldier?
cowboy.
I guess.
Because I don't think because it's rearing up. So I feel like if you're doing a soldier, as generally, what do you make a soldier look like? I think it's like on a level horse, but like the bucking bronco motif feels much more like cowboy than it does soldier.
I totally feel like we have a third device that we could actually look this up on, but we're not going to. I think it's a soldier, so I'm probably wrong. I just always saw it as a little soldier on a horse, and horses buck regardless of the rider, just so you know.
Well, sure. Just said it feels more like a cowboy.
It could be. It could be. All right, well, Luke, let me ask you a question.
I actually sort of felt that one coming. You almost always catch me by surprise. I'm disappointed in you.
Sorry.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the moment you've all been waiting for, we're down to it in this corner, claiming to weigh in at 135 pounds, with currently a dog on her lap that probably weighs about 135 pounds.
Yep.
We have the Irish Flame.
Right.
I like your nickname.
I do too.
I'm super jealous that we haven't gotten a super awesome one for me yet.
Okay, all right. And in this corner, claiming to weigh in at 185 pounds, coming in with 0 wins for the year and 1 loss, we have Mr. Dragonfly Lady.
Whoa. Hey. No. I mean, that is a foul on the play. I just threw a flag at you.
I was given a nickname of Dragonfly Lady last weekend.
Which is a cool nickname.
Yeah.
I didn't get one.
You didn't, but you're Mr. Dragonfly Lady.
No.
So anyhow.
I mean, I'm honored to be your husband, no question. But it's not a cool nickname.
It's so cool. Dragonfly Lady?
Mr. Dragonfly Lady is not a cool nickname.
All right, well, I'm here to ask you a question, Luke.
Okay.
We're playing Monopoly.
Yep.
What's your go-to game piece? What are you fighting till the end for? Which is your token?
I wonder if the people listening who know us just by default know my piece. They probably do.
Yeah.
Well, my answer is, and this is probably obvious if you know me, the car because I have always liked cars. Like I thought they were cool and special way before I could drive, and was always like thought car shows were cool and exotic cars were cool. Like growing up, I had posters on the wall of the Lamborghini Countach and the Ferrari Testarossa, and
I don't know what the Countach is.
I mean, I
That
think
doesn't
in
sound like
I
a
think in
real
the
thing.
'80s, like the quintessential boys' room wall posters were like the Lamborghini Countach, Ferrari Testarossa, Michael Jordan's wings poster, the one where he's like the 6 foot thing.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, our Minnesota local realtor, he totally stole it. Chris, I can't remember his name.
Wow.
Lindahl. There we go.
Wow.
Stole it.
Hot take.
Hot take. Stole
You're
it from Michael
calling him
Jordan.
a thief.
I'm just saying Michael Jordan.
Okay.
It literally, I think it said like wingspan or something on it. Anyway, so cars were always.
Okay, you forgot the Baywatch.
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't.
Well, so here's the thing about my house.
Yeah.
I don't know that my mom, who my brothers and I were raised by as a single parent, would have allowed hot girl posters on the walls.
Okay.
I don't even actually, I think no, because there weren't, I don't think anyone had any in their room.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, which, fine.
Also, posters were a thing back in the 80s.
Yeah, everyone had posters on their walls. Why come, I just said why come?
Michael!
Why come nobody does that anymore?
I don't know. It's very few. I don't know.
We should bring it back. It's time
Yeah.
for posters. A lot of fads are coming back from the 80s and 90s. So
Yeah.
maybe posters on the wall is it.
Could be. Could be.
We might find out. Kid's about to go into high school.
Yeah. All right. So you're talking about your posters
Anyway,
on
sorry,
the wall with
got a little
cars.
lost. So cars, and then like when I was a kid, my dad used to take us to car shows, and we'd go, look at all these cars, and so
We just went to our car show just the other weekend. Yeah.
it was 2 days ago.
Yeah, just-
on Friday. We went to our little local car show in the city we live in, and it's awesome. They have one every night, all summer long.
Every Friday night.
I'm sorry, I didn't say that correctly. Every Friday night, all summer long, and it's really cool. There's a bunch of food trucks, but the real reason the people show up is the cars.
That's true. I mean,
And
most people.
for my whole career, I have worked in and around cars and car-related places. Like I went to school to be a mechanic, and then I got jobs in quick lanes and parts stores and retail shops and service centers and dealerships, and it's like all I've ever done. So for me, the piece for a Monopoly game is going to be the thing that I've been in love with and fascinated by for my whole life, which is the car. And it's a sweet looking car. It's like an old 1920s two-seat.
I would drive the heck out of
heck
that
yeah.
thing.
It's like a cigarette boat version of a car, essentially.
It's a classy looking car.
I wonder, I should have looked up, like, was it based off of a particular make and model? It probably was.
I don't know,
But they probably didn't, they weren't going to put a name brand on there because,
You know what though?
Why
That would
would
be
they?
like for someone who makes these types of things like independently. I
Yeah.
hope there is someone out there making the Monopoly car. I see the Scooby-Doo Mystery Machine. I see the Ecto One
Yeah.
Ghostbuster car. I
just
see
a
the
totally
Jurassic Park.
chromed out, just bullet car.
Yeah, I'd love to see it on the road.
I mean,
this is a plea.
Timeline would put the car based on what it looks like, in the 20s.
Well,
Maybe 30s, actually.
my guess is the 30s because that's when it came out. But this is my plea to the world: someone,
Make the Monopoly car in
multiple
real life.
people, make the Monopoly car in real life. I would love to see it on the road. And actually, if I had won the Monopoly, if I won McDonald's Monopoly, I would want to buy it. I'd want to buy that car if it
Okay.
existed. So sorry. Back to yours, the car you were talking about. That's your piece.
No, I just think it's great. I mean, and cars, like, as a thing, have always been a big deal for, well, everybody, but, like, really in America, like, it's because unlike Europe, where the systems were older and built for different modes of transportation, America was built by and for the car. Like, after the railroads, I mean, the highway system and cars, like there's a whole miniseries that's really good about the cars that built America. and it's like essentially because of our ingenuity with the car, like when you go back to like the early brands, Ford, Dodge, Chevrolet, like the reason that the American geographical layout of like the city, the suburbs, and the I guess further out, the reason it exists the way it does is because of the car. Like it couldn't have existed because there wasn't a way to get to the suburbs without a car. And there wasn't a way to, go on a road trip like the Great American Road Trip without the car. And like America has always been really into the car. Like we sort of pioneered, I mean, we didn't build the first car, but we sort of pioneered.
Who did build the first car? I thought we did.
Mercedes-Benz.
The Model T. Oh, no, that was the cheap car.
Well, it probably was an older brand. Mercedes-Benz is I think, recognized. Now I'm forgetting if that's right. It might have been. No, I think that's right.
Yeah,
that's like late 1800s. Anyway, so in America, Henry Ford did, as everybody knows, the revolutionization of how to build a car, and he invented the 40-hour work week, and it was actually less than what other people were. He made it a better thing than for most people, because most people were like sort of indentured servants.
I mean, I thought that unions got the 40-hour work week, but I don't think he invented it. But I could be wrong.
No, Ford was the reason that people wanted it was because Ford did it.
Okay.
Anyway, and like standardized pay and like a bunch of stuff that happened because of the car industry. And it's always been.
This is going to be our biggest argument.
You're wrong.
Ever.
I mean,
you're saying the car industry gave standardized pay.
No. Listen,
created standardized.
Listen to what I said. Because of what Ford did, it became the vaunted and hoped for thing for most workers, and then the expectation because Ford paid more than other companies.
Okay.
On purpose before he had to.
Okay.
And standardized production.
Sure.
And then everyone was like, wait, I can have a good wage from a reliable employer and be home, for dinner with my family and all this. Like, literally it was for. And then the unions were like, oh, we need this everywhere. Anyway, we're not talking about that. And then again, America's car culture has been second to none for as long as cars have been in America. And so for me, it's like part of who I am, sort of. And for much of the country, it's part of who we are as people, is because of cars. So I love cars, and America loves cars, and they love Monopoly. Oh, which I said earlier, just a little brief sidebar, and then I'm going to stop talking. But
okay.
If you look at the property values on the Monopoly board, like all of the American states and streets are like worth way more than the Baltics, the Mediterranean, which is, of course, if you're like on the Mediterranean now, that's for sure worth more than if you're having a stay in some random state in our country. But that's not the way the board was built. It's kind of funny. Anyway, so car, I win and go.
Okay, well, us being the pet-friendly podcast, it should be no surprise that my token of choice is the dog.
For sure. There's
always
one
the dog.
In your lap right now.
There's one, in my lap, making me highly uncomfortable, and I cannot move her away. Because,
she has all the bones.
Yeah. She's
Boney McBonerton.
She's like, I'll tell you, when you think about snuggling up with a dog, you don't think of a Great Dane because they're all skin and bones, and she is.
Yeah.
But she still likes snuggling up.
She does.
And luckily, I have a little bit of meat on my bones that I can take some of her and be fine for the most part. But anyhow, the dog, always the dog. And it was funny, when we were kids, we would fight over who would get to be the first one to pick their token, because multiples wanted the dog. And if I couldn't get the dog, then I would go for what I saw as a soldier. Apparently could have been the cowboy. I don't know.
We're going to find out after the podcast.
Or the boat. That would be my order.
Battleship.
To me, it was a cruise liner. So for some folks, it's a battleship. For me, it looked like a nice little Titanic ship, like a nice cruise liner. So that's sort of interesting that we see the same token as two entirely different things. You say battleship, and that is actually what it is. I learned today, and I was like, what? Not at all. Not at all. No, thank you. Battleship's a whole nother game.
That's true.
And the ships on Battleship don't look anything like the
No, they
cruise
don't.
liner
No.
on Monopoly. So, it's a matter of opinion. But I also find it really interesting every once in a while when you play with someone, they'd be like, yeah, I want to be the thimble. Like, what? I don't get it.
I often was not
don't get
my
it.
piece of choice as a kid because I had older brothers. So I would end
Right.
up with the shoe or the thimble. And we for sure lost some pieces.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. Well, I mean, there's just no other piece that I'd want to be. I will play with another, but like if I get top pick, and I don't have to be unselfish and share, then I will pick the dog because it's the greatest because I like pets. So
I also like pets.
there you go. It is. The question really is of our two, what do you like better? Or
And
comment about what your
I was
piece
going to
is.
say, yeah, we'd love to know if y'all got some opinions. Watch somebody be like, the thimble is the best because thimbles make sewing easier and you don't
Right.
poke yourself. I don't know.
Yeah, or the iron.
Is that why thimbles are a thing?
Yes.
That
yes,
okay?
yes,
I don't
yes.
know. I'm not a sewer.
Yeah, a sewer, seamstress.
Seamster? Do they have a boy version? Seamstress? Seamster.
I don't know. Yes, tailor.
Clothier.
Clothier, yes. Clothier. Anyhow, so that's it. But tell us what you think. And if you have any interesting stories or something you want to tell us about a time you played Monopoly, or what are your house rules we forgot about?
Or have you ever bet real money on it? I'm curious if anyone ever went. I bet you there are people that play like hardcore, real competitive Monopoly.
Like gambling in Monopoly.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're not going
wow.
to start doing that.
No.
Then you would definitely need harder rules.
I would then care if I won or lost.
Yeah, you would.
That's a fact.
Not going to start that with you.
No. All right. Okay. So if you're watching on YouTube. If you're listening wherever you catch your podcasts.
Yeah.
Currently, you're going to be voting. Again, you can vote wherever you're listening, or there's the poll in Spotify. We're working on a few additional options in the future. Yeah. I don't know. That's what I got.
We talked about maybe taking a little break to work on some behind the scenes stuff.
We might be doing that.
Websites and
That is our alternative
publications
option.
and I don't know, stuff like that.
Yeah, it's a lot, but I really enjoy doing it. So we want to continue to release something for you every week.
Heck yeah.
We'll see what. Like, follow, share, subscribe,
Tell
rate,
your friends in real
vote.
life.
Yes, tell anyone. Again,
Play
anyone.
a game of Monopoly and
Turn us on while playing Monopoly.
you could listen to 3, 4, 5 episodes.
You sure could. Just let it go. Let it go. Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right. Well, thanks so much.
See you next time.